workout just getting this thing on. Cider buns in, earplugs in. I have surfer's ear. For those of you that know what it is, it's a bad, bad thing. Never go in cold water without plugging your ears. And I know all of you ENTs are gonna hate these waxy things, but the water's super cold, so there's no chance of them melting into my eardrums. But I do need to get some custom earplugs. But these make a really nice seal. So I go against my doctor's friend's advice. But yeah, I'm ready. A couple of you have asked for kiting footage, and there really is none. I showed a tiny snippet of me coming in and doing a spin or a turn right around Glenn. And that's really the only footage I think that exists, because nobody wants to spend time on the beach. But we do have a friend Jason here who's offered. He's learning to kite, and the learning process is kind of brutal, so there's a lot of beach time. Maybe I'll get some footage, maybe one of these days. Maybe I need to teach Wrangler Star. I gave him a lesson early on, and he had a little bit of what we call a kite mare. And I think he sold his kite. But if you guys would like to see a little sister teaching her big brother how to do something super fun in the water, leave a comment down there. I've been trying to get him out. I think he's ready. My way of deciding which kite to rig is by how hard it is to get in and out of the camper. That's about 12 wind right there. Unfortunately, I've rigged up a 9-meter kite. The bigger the number, the bigger the kite. The more surface area, the more pull, the softer the wind. But the wind does come up pretty quickly here. So I put it on the power setting, which we kind of joke about because I always want it on the power setting. So we'll see. We'll see how it goes. Worst case scenario, you just sink into the ocean and become shark bait. That was so great. This time of year, it's always every single reach. I'm like, this could be the last, this could be the last until next spring. So I stayed out as long as I possibly could, as long as my eyes would hold out. You're looking into the setting sun and it's just blinding. But John and Nancy invited us over for dinner again tonight, which I'm delighted. So a couple years ago I made a green tomato frittata, and Nancy said she still thinks about it. So we're gonna make green tomato. Did I say potato? Tomato. We're gonna make green tomato frittatas. I've got some herbs in the fridge from my garden. And I'm making a side of lentils, and this is my favorite lentil dish, hands down. I'll show you what I'm doing. So in the pot, I took equal parts of diced onion, diced celery, and diced carrot. And I sauteed them for just a couple minutes until they started to look a little translucent. And then I tossed in a big sprig, this guy, of thyme, and 2 bay leaves. They're in there somewhere. And then a bunch of the French green lentils, these little beautiful, they look kind of like little bird's eggs. And I'm gonna cook those down for about 25 minutes until they're tender, but not falling apart. The beautiful thing about French green lentils is they hold their shape, and so you can serve them as a side, a salad. and just drain all of their broth off of them, and they're delicious that way. Or you can serve them as a soup. So this is going to be a dry serve, dry lentils. We're going to serve them with our green tomato frittata. Now after 25 minutes, when the lentils have gotten nice and soft, but are still toothy enough to kind of hold together, I'm going to stir in kale, the zest and the juice from one orange. And that orange zest is a vital part of this. Sometimes at home, if I don't have an orange, I'll just use a drop or two of orange oil, but it's really strong. So you don't want to be eating something that just tastes like orange, but you want that orange to accent the other flavors. That's it, lentil salad in the camper. It's super, super delicious. Oh, and I did leave out that I saute all of the vegetables in like 3 tablespoons of butter, like a pretty good chunk of butter cube. And then once the lentils are tender, salt and pepper, and I finish them, once I drain off the juice, I just finish them with a drizzle of extra virgin olive oil. And they're really fabulous. They're good warm, they're good cold. They hold really well for if you're gonna make them as a party or a big, like a big dish the day before or 2 days before. The flavors just actually get better over time in the fridge. So yeah, French green lentils with orange and celery. Okay, I'm gonna get this wetsuit off and take a shower and get ready for our dinner party with John and Nancy. Showers in campers has to be the best thing in the world. I love it. I did forget shampoo and my hairbrush, so this is as good as it gets for the night. So my lentils have been cooking for maybe 25 minutes. I'm going to taste them, and then we'll add in, if they're tender, we'll add in the kale and cook it for about 5 minutes. I only want it to be in there for long enough for it to be tender, but not so long that it loses its beautiful bright green color. So, and then once they're done, I'll pour off some of that liquid and finish them with the orange zest, the olive oil, and serve them with a little parsley or little chives, or even chopped green onions if you have them.